remember me? I know it's been 15 years, but are we still friends? Oh, you don't remember my name? That's okay. At least you remember my face.
Today we're talking about a man named Chris Mays. For the past 15 years, no joke, I have been trying to solve a problem that he created. I have literally been on this case for a majority of my breathing, blinking time here on the planet Earth, and just yesterday, I finally tracked it. I was so excited. I wanted to throw a party, and I hate parties. I dropped everything that I was working on to start planning this video. So here I am, it's the next day. I've got my Taiwanese milk tea with boba here with me, and I'm going to be answering your big question.
Who is Chris Mays? And also, why does the smiley face figurine look vaguely familiar to people between the ages of 18 to 25?
That is really good tea. Literally, after filming that intro, I just downed, most of this. I have a problem. In order for you to understand who Chris is, we have to go back in time to 2005 with the release of an animated children's short film. The story was about a happy smiley face figurine befriending a happy smiley face balloon. I would watch it quite often when I was around 5 years old. As I got older, I stopped watching the film and started to play games like Temple Run instead. But I couldn't forget about the damn smiley face. What I did forget was the name of the film, which was extremely frustrating. This story would pop into my head at the most random times, and I had no clue what it was called. Every single year, at some point, without fail, I would go onto Google and start typing in elements of the story. I don't remember exactly what I typed, but I found it. I finally found the name of the short film after years and years of very casual searching. It's called Smile. I knew instantly when I saw this poster image that this was the one, but there was a problem. I finally found the short film I had been searching for over a decade, and I couldn't even watch it. Official website taken down. MySpace page doesn't load. I didn't understand why just finding the title to the short film, which is all I had been trying to do for years and years, was not enough for me. Why did I want to watch it so bad? I was honestly kind of stressed, and I had no one to talk to about this. Throughout the past 15 years, I've never told anyone about this journey to figure out what happened to Smile. It was just something so random and such a small part of my life that it's like, why would I even bring it up? So I was in this alone. But then it hit me. Was I really in this alone? I mean, obviously there were other people out there who saw this short film around the same time as me, probably in my age group. Theoretically, there could be hundreds of people out there still thinking about Smile. I was completely obsessed. This was no longer a casual game. This was the real deal, and I needed to get to the bottom of this. I needed closure, and at this point, I was fairly convinced that there were other people out there struggling with this too, and they deserved closure as well. I needed to find answers, and I needed to publicize them in a YouTube video, like this one. I scrolled further down on the Google page and I discovered Chris Mays has a YouTube channel. There on his channel page was Smile, the full short film in all of its 8-minute glory. I scrolled to the comments section and I was holding my breath at this point because I'm wondering, what if it really was just me all of these years? 12 years ago. I love this animation. I show it to all of my friends and they all love it. I spent hours searching for this video after I saw it on TV. 11 years ago. OMG, I loved this short. 1 year ago. I watched this when I was 5. 8 months ago, a reply. Same. And so obviously I joined in and said, me 3. I was worried that I was the only one. These 2 comments brought me so much joy. I finally found 2 other people who remembered watching this when they were 5 years old. I truly believe that Martyr81 and a bunch of frogs in a trench coat were stuck in the same maze as me and just happened to reach the end before I did. I like to call it the Chris Mays maze. And then I started to wonder, how many people out there are still stuck in that maze today? So if you're watching this video and you went through the same thing as me, I have a message for you. It has been a long, confusing, drawn-out journey, my friends, but it is time to reunite at the end of the maze. We are the OG fans of Smile. Chris Mays, you thought we were gone, but we are still here. The question is, why. There has to be something really special about this short film that made that person 12 years ago spend hours searching for it on YouTube, made Martyr 81 and a bunch of frogs, I think, in a top hat, in a trench. Confusing username, man. So what is it about Chris Mays that made Smile literally unforgettable? So I went on one final journey. This has been like the craziest 2 days of my life in the weirdest and coolest way. I can't believe I had the chance to meet the guy who sent me on the craziest, longest wild goose chase ever. Literally, I'm meeting Chris Mays in 15 minutes and I still haven't watched the short film. I wanted it to be fresh in my brain and to like experience it for the first time in 15 years right before meeting Chris Mays. It's like a crazy finale, you know? I didn't want to spread out all the excitement, so this is it. This is the moment. Chris Mays presents. This is like the most nostalgia I think I've ever felt in my life. Oh, I remember this part. Oh man. I just finished watching Smile, something that's very unique. Oh my goodness. Okay. Chris Mays is in the waiting room.
Hey Mel.
This is crazy.
I'm amazed you found the film.
I think it's been 17 years since you released it?
It was about 2005 when it finished it.
Did you ever wonder if people were still watching it or thinking about it?
Well, definitely no. I didn't wonder that just because it's been so long. For me, mostly it's fun to show like family. I have a kid now, so it's been fun to show him. But I definitely did not have kids in mind when making it. It played in a bunch of film festivals. In the very first film festival, there was like a question and answer afterwards. All the questions were for me, and they were all from kids, which like surprised me. It took 2 years to make, believe it or not.
Really? 2 years?
Yeah, it's only 8 minutes, but it took 2 years to make. We did motion capture for the performances of the characters, and that's where, you put an actor in a suit, and then it kind of captures the performance. Then I apply it to a digital character. And that's why the backgrounds are all live action instead of animated as well. Things like that had not been done to that level on student films at that time, for sure. It was all consuming for those 2 years, pretty much. It was weird. My senior year of undergrad, I got like severe chronic fatigue syndrome. It's kind of like having the flu, but for years. I was like basically out of commission. And this film was the only thing that I was working on because I was like too tired to do anything else. So it was like, I'd work on it for like 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. So that's why it took 2 years. And every shot would take the computer 5 minutes to render per frame.
Oh man. And
it was 24 frames per second. So it was just a lot. And I was pushing like whatever my computer could do at the time, like to the absolute limit. You write, so like the hardest thing is like finishing something, right? And what kept me going was just making sure I got it done. Very, very painstaking, but definitely a labor of love for sure.
What have you been up to in the past 17 years?
I studied animation. I got a master's in animation from UCLA. I got an internship at Walt Disney Imagineering, the theme park and themed experiences sort of design arm of the Disney company. Rides at a Disney theme park, it's all about storytelling. We don't just, put you on a roller coaster and say have fun. Like everything is meant to be like an immersive, story-driven experience. Short filmmaking is actually very similar to designing a ride because a ride you have about 5 minutes to tell your story. Smile was definitely kind of the gateway to the rest of my career. It could look better, but I'm very proud of how it turned out and what it is for sure.
Super excited that I had the chance to actually talk with you too.
It's amazing.
This has been like a 15-year-long mystery for most of my life.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to find it. It makes me feel really proud. I'm just impressed that you found it and impressed that you reached out to me. Bye, Mel.
Bye.
See ya.
Smile has always been a source of confusion and playful stress for me over the years. Now that I have answers, it's turned into a source of inspiration. Chris Mays, thank you so much for making such an amazing short film for my 5-year-old self. I honestly would not be surprised if Smile is one of the reasons why I became so obsessed with storytelling and writing at such a young age.